Hello everybody, welcome to my new live stream. So today we'll be learning about arrays in C++. Now we already did learn little bit about arrays earlier, but we'll be diving deeper into arrays today. So let's not waste any time. Um, yep. So as you can see, arrays here. So I hope you already know what arrays are by now. Let me just check the audio. I hope it is fine. Uh, I think we are good for now. All right, so let's continue. C++ arrays. So it is used to store multiple values in a single variable. So instead of declaring separate variables for each value, so it is given in square brackets. So you can have an array string and you can have integer array. So I think the earlier example we looked at was an integer array. So let's try how we can do a string array. So if you see here, let's see. Let's just arrays dot cpp. All right, you can say hash include iostream and also using namespace std. All right, so now int main, you have s string and string array, right? So let us say, so you have a string array here, as you can see, it's declared in this way, and let's just do that. Let me just remove this. All right, so string, and then you say cars, and then you specify the length of the array inside, and then you have to give the array. So I'm going to say BMW, Mercedes, Mercedes, Ferrari, and Lamborghini. So that was the array. All right, it's curly braces. So you have to change here, and yep, and you have to, if you have to access the first element, then we say cars or cout, cout cars 0. So now that will return the first element. All right. So because this is a string, you will need the quotation marks here. So you'll have to give those as well. Like the video, guys, if you're enjoying this live stream, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Um, so let me just run this. All right, let me just change the name here. Arrays. Let me just run it. All right, I think let's now arrays. So yeah, it printed BMW. So we wanted the first element, and we retrieve the first element here, which is at index 0. Now, similarly, if you also want the, for example, the third element here, which it is at index 2, so we give here 2, and you just close that, and now you compile again, run. Now it's got the third element, right? Now, if you want it to be a bit more cleaner, you just have to do handle over here, and now it's gonna look better. All right, now we got it. So BMW and Ferrari, right? Ferrari was the third element, which said index 2. So that is done. So that was how we had to do it. And that was for string. If we wanted it for integer, it had to be like this without the quotation. And you have to say int, declare int. And here, if you want to change the array, modify the array, you do it like this. And if you have to loop through an array, this is how it's done. So here an array is created. You can loop through strings here. So let's see how that's done. So for example, let's keep it as it is. I'm just going to change this into a for loop for int I equal to 0, I that like given here I less than 5 and I plus plus. All right. So here it goes up till 4, right? So let's say 4, I less than 4, and then I plus plus inside. We just see out cars of I, and then just handle. Let's just run it. Alright, we missed a bracket here. Okay, let's just run it again. Yep, now we have just looped through the array. So BMW, Mercedes, Ferrari, Lamborghini. Alright, so that is that. What else do we have? Okay, outputs the index of each element together with its value. So for index of the element, we need to go with I. Alright. Hmm. So this retrieves the index, right? This retrieves the elements and this I retrieves the index, right? I think that is what it is. Let's try. Let's just try it out. I'm going to say, I'm going to just add another line here. I and let me just close this. Okay. And in quotes here, I'm going to give equal to, and let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, so it just returns the index of these elements. So BMW is at 0 and Lamborghini is at 3. So it just returns the index. Alright, that is good. How to look through an array of integers? Okay, that we know, we have seen it already. The for each loop. So you can just create an array and then you can do a for each loop for looping through integers. So yeah, so you don't really care about the index here, so you're just setting the elements, so we can use a for each. So num is the new variable you're creating inside the for each, and my numbers is the array already you have here. So yep. So similarly for strings, all right. So here, because you don't care about the index, you just have to say num, which is already here. So yeah, that is good. But because you have declared an index here, you have to say, you have to call that index as well. Okay. So that was a for each loop. Um, omit array size. Yeah, so you don't have to specify the array size as well. You can just do it like this. All right. Omit elements on declaration. It is also possible to declare an array without specifying the elements on declaration and add them later. Okay, so if you look at it here, you don't specify the elements while declaring the array. You're just specifying it later, so that is also fine. So yeah, like just like how we create an integer without declaring it first. So can do that in arrays as well. Um, so but then you have to specify the array size, otherwise it doesn't work. That makes sense. All right. Okay, so you have vectors here. So vectors is a new concept. Like I think it's only in C++. I don't know how many of you know vectors. Please let me know in the chat if you are here. Please let me know. And at what stage are you in your learning journey? Please let me know that too. Um, so, and also if you have any questions to ask, please to ask. Uh, yep. So let me just continue with vectors. Okay. All right. So you have this vector library. It's a resizable arrays. All right. So those are vectors. So we are declaring vectors in this way. So you can, I think vectors are more flexible than arrays. We can say it that way. Um, I guess that is a better definition. Uh, okay. So here we have this kind of a declaration, which is a little bit different from a normal array. So it is vector, and then in the bracket there is string, whatever type you want to declare, and then you have this, and adding another element. If you add another element, or if you wish to add another element, um, you can just say cars. That is the name you gave, and then dot push underscore back. So it just pushes this element to the last index, right? So let's just see if that actually happens. So let me just create a vector. Let me just change this itself to a vector. So I'm just going to say vector string. All right. I don't need this here, so I'm just going to remove that. And vector, and then you say this. All right. So now if you want to get the last or add an element to the last index, push back, and then the syntax is just in the brackets you give it. So So I'm going to say Volvo here. So, yep, there is an error here. I'm not sure what it is. Let me check. What is the error? Vector string. I'm not sure what an error. Vector string cars. Can you spot the error here? Um, what is the error? Can you see the error? Um, I'm not sure what the error is. See out. Let me just print cars. I'm not sure what the error is. What is the error? Vector string. Can you spot the error, guys? I don't know how many of you are here, but if you're able to spot the error, let me know. Let's just compile and see what happens. Let's just compile and see what happens. All right. So there is an error over here. All right. I think we need to hash include vector as well. So let's do that. All right. So let's just do hash include vector. We need to add that too. I think we are good now. Let's see. I think we should be good. Print cars. All right. What is another error? Cars. Dot pushback. Let's just let's just try finding another error here. Okay, it just keeps going. Let's just stop it. Let's see. This is unsigned integer. Mm, Not sure what's wrong here. I'm just trying to print. Let's see. All right, let's see. How do you print vector array? How to print vector? Like this. Let's see if that's possible. Is that good enough? Is this good enough? No, I don't think so. Traditional index-based loop. No, I just want to print though. Um, how did I end up in Stack Overflow? Uh, anyway, so how have they done this? Back at 16. Okay, so do I have to do it this way? Let me see. Um, not very sure about this. Let's let's see. I usually don't use AI, but I guess it's okay sometimes. Let's see. Um, what's the here? Okay, user loop. I can't print a vector without a loop. Hmm. All right. Print one by one using indices. Still need a loop for a vector. What is this? Again, that's a loop. So I can't print a vector without a loop. Vector is a container. So C++ has no built-in way to print an entire vector. So you must iterate through its elements or write your own operator overload. If your Okay. Hmm. All right. Look through vector works. What is the advantage of a vector over an array? Size is fixed for array, right? So I think this you can add and remove elements. So that is a good thing about vector. Find size. All right. Can find size using dot size. Automatic memory management. All right. I think for STL algorithms, you can use vectors. Safer and easier to use. All right. The biggest advantage is dynamic size. All right. So built-in functions for vectors. All right. Check if empty. Remove all the elements. Dot back gives the last element. Dot front gives the first element. Okay. Can use the STL sort. Okay. All right. V dot begin. Okay. So this is for sorting, I guess. Let's see if we are able to sort. So this is not possible. So let me see if we are able to do sorting here. And main, let me just see if sorting is possible. I guess we are good. All right, so this is what we want to sort. I'm just going to comment this one. So let's see. Return 0. It looks like we are good now. What happened here? I think we have to um, probably have to hash include something. Let's see what happened here. Sort was not declared in this scope. Was not declared. Why does it say that? Okay. So there is something here, hash include algorithm. So we need to add that. All right, let's do that. I think that's related to the STL part, but let's see that like because we are doing vectors. So Now, if we have to print, I think we still have to loop through this array. So for, I think, yeah, like this. So for int num, we just create num and then v, right? So, and inside we give cout, I guess. Cout, just num, and then cout num, then just handle, right? So I guess we're good now. Let's see. Maybe I'll give this to. Um, Not sure if I need that, but let it be there, Let's see. All right, so let's just try and run this. All right, so it just sorted it. That's good. So yeah, so 1, 2, 5, 8. So yeah, so that's why, that's probably one of the advantages of vectors, using vectors. So that is the syntax for sorting. Yep, so there is some advantages of vectors. Um, so yep, so definitely I think we can use vector in many areas. There is also others here. We can look at those when we learn about STL, not for now. All right, so what else do we have here? Or I think it's already been a while since we are live. Let's see. Maybe we can complete a little bit more. Um, all right, let's see. Okay, let's try and complete a bit more. Um, what else do we have here? Get array size. Get the size of an array. I think we know this already. It's quite obvious. So if you say size of, you just get the size of this array, size of my numbers. So this is size of. Something to note is that it's not really the length, it's only the size of the array. So it is in bytes. So yeah, that is the size. So 4 into 5, 4 bytes for each. So 4 into 5. So if you really want the length, you should do size of my numbers. That is the whole length here. Size of my numbers divided by size of my numbers 0. So yep, that returns the actual length. So array length you have here. So that's how you can do that. So this is also why we can or we should use vectors, because there is no like way to know the size without doing this in an array. But in the case of a vector, you can just do um, as we saw here. Uh, where was it? v dot size. So we can just do that and just return the size of, let's just try it if it's possible. Um, so if you see here, if you can just see out v dot size, see out, I think v dot size, you can just do it here. Let's see if it's possible. Um, can we not do it there? Maybe not over there. Let's declare it before. I'm going to say, let's not do it here. Let's do it outside the loop. Let's see if that is possible. Are we good? No? Or let me just declare it for, let's say, maybe like array size or int array size, int array size, array size equal to v dot size, and then I'm going to say, I'm just going to print array size. I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly, but let's see. V dot size. Maybe we need to do we have to import something else here too for v dot size? I'm not sure. Um, looks good here, but what is the issue? Looks fine to me. All right, so here cannot convert. I don't know what's the problem really. Let's not sure what is the issue. Can you find the issue here in this one? Okay, size is a member function, not a variable, so we need to call it with parentheses. Okay, all right. So makes sense, yeah. So I think you didn't even have to do this here, but let's see. Now it should work. Guess it works now. Yep. So just looped until 8, and then you have the size printed over here, which is 4, which is the array size. All right. So let's see if we are able to do it like this. Um, let's see. V dot size. Um, does that Does that work? Maybe it does work. Yeah, that works too. So you don't even need to declare anything. You can just directly print. So, yep. All right. So that was the size. What else do we have? So I think we have another one here. This is a real life example. So yeah, you can do this. You know, this is for finding, I guess, average of different ages. So we can just do this. Finding the average of these ages. So I think, so let me know guys if you are new here. Um, Let me know if you're new here. And please let me know if you have any questions. Uh, so I think it's been quite long. Maybe we can just go through. Yeah, so we have multi-dimensional arrays, and then another code challenge over here. All right, so I think we can do that later. For now, I think we are good. Um, all right, so that was about, you know, so like we have a little bit more to do in arrays. We have to do these, and then we'll move on to structures, enums, references. I think pointers we completed. Let's see if we have anything new to do in pointers. Maybe we can dive deeper in new pointers. Then we have memory management. Um, yeah, so then we got classes. Yeah, so object oriented part and structures. All right. Then there's reference. Yep. So there's still a lot to do. Scope, recursion, lambda. Yep. Still we have more to do. So maybe we can do that later in our next live stream. Let's yeah, wind up for now. I hope you enjoyed watching this live stream, and if you did, please do like the video and consider sharing it with your friends who might also find it helpful. And yeah, so tomorrow we'll be continuing with arrays, whatever is left out, and Yeah. So until then, see you and yeah, bye.